Hey there, welcome to day 996 of What's She Up To Now. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, documenting my journey as I transition from the brick and mortar world to the online world. Sharing some of the lessons I've learned, some of the big old bad mistakes I've made, the pitfalls and the holes that I've jumped in or dove in head first as I've been on my journey for the last few years, at least, 996 days, much longer, not much longer, but probably 8 months longer. I think it took me at least 8 months before I would do a video, before I do a live video. I should go back and watch some of the early ones. I have never done that. I know that's a confession, but I'm afraid that if I watch the early ones, delete, I delete all of them. Even the ones today, every day when I do a video. I shouldn't admit this, but the first thing I think when I click finish is, oh my God, all the things that were wrong with it. And guess what? It's live video. There's always something wrong with it, right? It's my hair, my face, my makeup, my earrings, my outfit, whatever. Who cares? There's always things we could judge about it. But that's why I don't watch my own videos. I don't go back and watch them. Could I? Should I? Would that help me improve? Yeah. Will I do that in the future? Yes. Will I have somebody help me and critique me and help me to do a better job presenting what it is that I'm trying to share? Absolutely. On this particular platform or this particular segment, no. This is just me, raw and unedited, because it's like if I had a notebook and was journaling what I do every day, I do it every day here to keep track of what I'm doing. I have vision challenges, and writing things down has kind of stopped working for me, so I have to find something that does work for me. That's what our life is about. It's figuring out what works for you, figuring out what works for me. And this is the method that I'm using to document what am I doing, how's it working, what's going on. So today, three videos I produce every morning, and actually 5. One is on my, actually I do something called the 365 Day Fun Challenge, where I started doing that 3 years ago now, 2 years, well, this year and 2 years prior. I started doing one thing every day that scared me, that got me out of my comfort zone, because I knew I needed to start doing video, and I was like everybody else. I didn't want to do it. I was like totally resisting, making up excuses, finding all the reasons in the world that I couldn't, shouldn't, and would not ever do a live video. Now I think I'm probably at around 4,000 videos that I've done in the last 3 years on different subjects, different topics, some super long, some webinars, 2-hour webinars, some short, some web classes, some live Q&As, all different things, right? And how do you do that? You just do it. It's scary, but you just start doing it. And as you're doing it, you get better at it. As you're doing it, you figure it out. Well, today, Get Up and Go, or the fun challenge, was about glitter. Now, I personally really like glitter. I think either you love glitter or you hate glitter, and I'm a glitter gal. I like glitter. I like glitter. I like puff paint, glittery puff paints. I like sparkly, glittery nails. I think for about the last 2 years, almost every time I've gotten my nails done, I have picked a glitter polish. Now, secretly, I probably started picking the glitter polishes because it narrowed down the selections and the possibilities. Have you been to a nail salon lately? You go in, and they have like 1,000 different colors to choose from. I mean, it's like picking brand colors. It's hard because there's so many amazing colors. But I like glittery nails, but there's less glittery choices than there are all of the choices. So it helps me to scale down and narrow the amount of possibilities and the amount of considerations that I am going to, look at. It narrows my choice. It's like going to the grocery store and going to the anything aisle. It used to be there were like 1 or 2 or maybe 3 choices of everything. Have you been in the frozen pizza aisle lately? There's like entire aisles of doors, probably 30 doors of different types of frozen pizza. It's ridiculous, right? The proliferation of everything. And I've been saying this for a couple of decades now. The proliferation of everything can be overwhelming. And sometimes we need to find ways to narrow our choices. And one of the ways I do it is I'm going to wear sparkly nails. So I like glitter. So glitter was the fun challenge today. And I asked, either you love it or you hate it. It's funny. My granddaughter and she loves glitter and she loves slime. I love glitter. Her mom hates glitter. I don't like slime. I don't know if I can say I hate slime. I say I hate slime, but I don't really hate it. I just don't like it because it's gooey and messy. Now, for a chemistry gal, because I studied a lot of chemistry in school and in college. I love chemistry, but I don't like slime so much. So slime at her house, glitter at my house. That's our compromise. So it was about glitter, and either you love it or you hate it. Supersize Your Business today was about jumping down someone's throat. Now, I personally have a lot of experience with that on both ends of the spectrum. I used to be a lot more volatile than I am, and I would, in my past environments and situations, jump down people's throats sometimes. Sometimes they would irritate me, and I would, reprimand or jump down their throat or yell at them. I don't do so much of that anymore. Maybe to my kids, but not really. Mostly they get me by jumping down my throat when I mother them or mom them too much, because, moms tend to worry. Moms tend to warn you about possible negative consequences of any of your choices. And so sometimes that irritates them. Bosses, teachers, strangers will jump down your throat, right? You ever been yelled at in traffic by somebody because they think you offended or did the wrong thing, or tailgated them, or turned when you're, God forbid, were you in their lane when they wanted to be in that lane? That's like the ultimate offense. They're shaking their hands, screaming, and you can see them mouthing obscenities, and you're like, okay, sorry. That's an example of somebody jumping down your throat. I guarantee that in my marriage, I definitely jumped down my ex-husband's throat on occasion, and vice versa. I felt like I was on the receiving end of a lot of throat jumping back in the day. So now, not so much. I think that over time and as we get older, we either go one way or the other, right? Either you get more curmudgeon-y and grumpy and negative when you get older, based on your worldview and your life view and the experiences you've had, or you get mellower and better and you just let things flow. And I think I like to think there's certain things that get me riled up. I was watching a series on vaccinations and the vaccination and vaccine industry, and just horrified yesterday. I'm sure we'll continue watching it. It's probably 15 hours worth of documentaries on that. So we'll watch it. And then I'm going to go watch The Truth About Cancer. I already know I'm going to, because I know that one's going to horrify me as well. I wish somebody would do The Truth About chronic pain, because that one's just as horrifying as the vaccination one and the cancer one, and what goes on in our world that we average people have zero knowledge of, zero information, and zero clue about. And it's kind of like politics, right? There's so much that we don't know. There's so much that goes on, and to the tune of billions and trillions of dollars. And we're scrounging to be responsible for our electric bills and our water bills, and other people are just squandering away billions of dollars. I'm going to go down a rabbit hole. Don't want to go there. So, jumping down someone's throat. Have you done it? Has it been done to you? I would think just about everyone on the planet has had somebody jump down their throat or yell at them or scream at them for something or other during their lifetime. I would think it'd be the very special cuddled person that's never had anybody yell at them or get mad at them or scream at them about something. Even those of us who aren't very controversial get yelled at and screamed at and picked on sometimes. So that was the Supersize Your Business. And also then my daily, I hop on Facebook Live on my profile, and I actually pre-talk about the idiom for the day that I'm going to talk about in Supersize Your Business. And I started doing that, I don't even remember how long ago, probably as long ago as I've done the idioms. And I think today was day 596 for that. So I'm almost at 600 idioms that I've shared, which I'm going to have to find a new source for idioms, because my book is almost out. It only has, I believe, 600 idioms in it. And if I'm at 596, I've got like maybe 4 more in the book to go, and then I'll think of something else, or I'll do something else. Started doing it because I was moving, and I wanted to provide content every day to the people in that group, but I wasn't sure what I was going to talk about. And then it got to be kind of a fun game where, can I figure out how to tie this to business? On my profile, I just talk about the idiom in general and what it means to us as humans, or as, in my life, how it's impacted me, maybe share a couple examples or an example. If I share a couple, it gets too long. If I share one example, usually that's enough. And then I ask people, how has this impacted you? And the same thing on Supersize Your Business, but with the Supersize Your Business, I tie it to how you can use it to grow your business. Or in some instances, I actually say, absolutely, possibly don't do this. Don't do this to your people. Don't do this to your employees. Don't do this to your customers. Don't do this to yourself. That's a bad idea, right? There are very few situations in business, if ever, that you want to jump down someone's throat. I say if somebody is in imminent danger and going to do something that could hurt themselves or harm themselves or maim themselves or kill themselves. I had a guy, and one of the very few times I remember ever jumping down anyone's throat in the Italian food business was I had a guy that was getting ready to stick his hand in the mixer. Now, I don't know about you, but an 80 horsepower mixer, it's going to mangle that guy's arm if not take it off. And he was getting ready to stick his arm in the mixer to flick off a little piece of flour or egg or filling or something. And I screamed across the floor at him to watch out and not do that. Was that jumping down his throat? Absolutely, positively. Was I jumping down his throat because I was worried that he was going to harm himself? Absolutely. So there are situations when it's appropriate, but most of the time not, right? So I shared a better way, a better framework, a better way of dealing with and how I actually deal with it when I want to jump down someone's throat. I still want to jump down people's throats on occasion. Sometimes I want to jump down people's throats. So I wanted to share a framework for how do you deal with that so that you're not doing it when you could choose a better reaction, when you could get a better result and a better outcome that you want. So that was Supersize Your Business and profile videos. So that's 3 videos. So on my Pajama Grandma page, I do the 365-day fun challenge because I committed to doing that on that page. During COVID, I let go of my Pajama Grandma persona. I used to show up in my pajamas every day. If anybody's watched my earlier stuff, you'll know for at least 2 years, I was showing up in my pajamas. And I was doing that, of course, intentionally, but I found out the vast majority of the people don't get that. My point was, I was illustrating you can be successful online and do anything, even in your pajamas. And that was, to emphasize the freedom of your choice to do what you want, when you want, where you want, with whomever you want, wherever you want, wearing whatever you want. And I came upon it as part of an event I was attending back in 2018. And I was like, okay, I'm going to this event with 3,500 super duper strong marketing people. And I was trying to find a way to differentiate and show up, but still show up as me. And that was me. I realized that I was like spending half the day literally in my pajamas because I didn't have to get dressed. I didn't have to get up. I didn't have to get dressed. I didn't have to go to the shop. I didn't have to go to a job. I didn't have to really get up and go anywhere except to my office to do what it was I was going to do. And I could do it from the couch. I could do it from the living room. I could do it from the front yard. I could do it from the beach. I could do it from the park. I could do whatever I was doing remotely, which was, I thought it was really free and really fun. But I did find that I was spending a lot of time in my pajamas. Get Up and Go Challenge today would be my 4th video. And that was about, it's day 20 of our 30 plus day challenge. And talked about the P in the SOAP framework, which the SOAP framework also ties into the jumping down someone's throat. So the P in SOAP stands for progress. Am I making progress? Am I moving toward or away from what I want? And how do we know? We figure out ways to measure what we're wanting, what we're paying attention to, what we want to achieve. So, for example, I was sharing financial, the whole framework from a financial standpoint this time through. And the P of progress for me is either I'm hitting or I'm moving toward that financial goal. It's an actual number, a dollar's number, or I'm not. I'm either moving toward it and I hit the number or I don't. I either hit the number or I don't. And we get to choose the way we want to measure things. How we measure things is entirely up to us. And we want to pick measures that motivate us and make us want to move toward them, right? We don't want to make and choose measures that make us feel bad. And I shared the example of weighing yourself. Whenever you want to lose weight or stay in a certain shape, they say, pick a goal weight and then weigh yourself every day. And I will admit, I did that for years and I found it really frustrating. It made me feel bad to step on the scale every day. I didn't like doing it. It didn't make me feel like something I wanted to move toward, because a lot of times you'll step on the scale and one day you'll weigh something and the next day you might weigh 5 pounds more. And it's got nothing to do with how you look and how you feel. It's just a number on a measuring device. And so I substituted an outfit or a pair of pants or something that I wanted to wear as my measurement. I either fit into it and was moving toward it. It got looser and I could zip the jeans, or I couldn't. And that felt better to me than looking at a number every day. So we have to pick a measurement that will cause us to pay attention, because what we measure matters, but it's got to be a measurement that we want to move toward, or that makes us feel positive about measuring it. If I have a money goal and I'm moving toward it, that makes me feel good. If I have a physical shape goal and I tell myself I have to weigh myself every day, that is going to play on me mentally and emotionally and spiritually and physically, because it just, the measurement itself, the act of measuring it, doesn't make me feel good. And if I'm doing something that doesn't make me feel good, I'm always going to be going in the direction I don't want to be going. So that's one of the ways I figured out a different way to measure if I'm moving toward what I want that feels good for me versus one that makes me feel bad, right? Maybe because clothes are more forgiving of, you know, if you had too much water or whatever the day before. So all about measurement and the importance of measurement to help us know if we're making progress or not. And then the 5th video that I do every morning is, of course, this one. It's just journaling and sharing what it is that I'm doing, what's working, what's not. So that's it. Any questions, hit me up in the comments below. If you have questions and you're struggling with anything right now, any challenge, any business, online or off question, and you don't know who to turn or who to ask, just ask. I might not know the answer, but I will know somebody or something that you can do to keep you moving toward what it is that you want. Have an awesome day, and I'll be with you tomorrow.